Listen, if he had this much gold to buy himself some new robes. Yeah, but he likes you, said Ron, and he was away when your Nimbus got smashed, and he might have heard about it and decided to visit Diagon Alley and get this for you. What do you mean, he was away? Said Harry. He was ill when I was playing in that match. Well, he wasn't in the hospital wing, said Ron. I was there cleaning out the bedpans on that detention from Snape, remember?
Because he's a werewolf.
Harry frowned
He
at
had to
Ron.
leave because it was full moon.
I can't see Lupin affording something like this. What are you two laughing about? Hermione had just come in, wearing her dressing gown and carrying Crookshanks, who was looking very grumpy, with a string of tinsel tied round his neck. Don't bring him in here, said Ron, hurriedly snatching Scabbers from the depths of his bed and stowing him in his pajama pocket. But Hermione wasn't listening. She dropped Crookshanks onto Seamus's empty bed and stared open-mouthed at the firebolt. "Oh, Harry, who sent you that?" "No idea," said Harry. "There wasn't a card or anything with it." To his great surprise, Hermione did not appear either excited or intrigued by the news. On the contrary, her face fell and she bit her lip. "What's the matter with you?" said Ron. "I don't know," said Hermione slowly. "But it's a bit odd, isn't it? I mean, this is supposed to
Do you
be
like my
quite a
stars?
good brew,
I
isn't
love
it?"
this sweater. I think he
Ron
looks so
sighed
handsome.
exasperatedly.
We don't have to watch it. Your sweater is so good, Jeremy. I was just thinking about that, actually. It looks so nice on you. You're going to get compliments everywhere you go. What are you going to say when people say, I like your sweater?
Okay, thank you.
Are you going to say, I hate it? Exactly.
No.
Senora, she's a sensation. She's a baby sensation. So I have my auditions this weekend. I'm freaking. Whoa, hey.
I love to see altercations on the road. If two people are like getting mad at each other, I really want to see what's going on. No. I don't
In the
remember in
parking lot
Hawaii.
of the Target.
Oh yeah, I really wanted to like see what was going on with that altercation
I know.
and see what happened.
One time I got.
I don't want to be part of the altercation, but I want to see it.
One time I got into an altercation. Well, it wasn't really an altercation. I was just in the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot waiting for Mom. I think we were going on, and I was pulled off into a spot that like wasn't necessarily a spot, but it wasn't blocking anyone. Like it wasn't like a big deal. This woman pulls up next to me and she's like, "Who the fuck do you think you are? You can just sit here." And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, bitch?" And then she pulled off, ran away, and I followed her home. Mom was still in the Dunkin' Donuts, and I had to go back and pick her up. She was like, "Where did you go?" I was like, "I just followed some bitch home. Tried to mess up my day."
Wow, what a bitch.
Anyway, yeah, altercations on the road are the best. Remember when we almost got into an altercation? When we were going to the drag show and that guy, we were trying to inch in front of him, and then he inched in front of us, and then he gave us the finger as he was coming by.
No.
You don't remember that?
No.
We were going to the drag show at the planetarium.
I remember
we
that.
were waiting in that traffic. Remember, we were in that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Forever.
Yeah.
And that guy was trying to get in, and we were like inching up. Hello?
I declined. You just said hello to no one.
Hello? Jeremy, your beard is looking fabulous. You gonna moisturize it? Let me see that first. Yeah, so what the
No, but
fuck
that guy was in the right. That finger was totally unwarranted.
she's a sensation. She is part of the nation. So mom and dad has something. I liked your pic, by the way.
Thank you. You saw it.
I saw it. I haven't done my pic. I'm gonna do my pic today. Should have like propping and write my name. I liked how you didn't include your age. You were sort of like keeping it mysterious.
Oh,
How
I
old is
I
he?
forgot.
Like,
I totally
you'll
forgot.
never know.
You can write
47.
22. You can write whatever you want on
I
mine.
don't know. I like it. A little bit of mystery. Keep people on their toes. So I was thinking about learning French.
Talk to him for
Have you been
practice.
talking to Jules?
Yeah, a little bit.
Have you talked to Joe since you've been back?
No,
Okay.
I haven't.
Do you need me to say something now?
No.
You sure? Because I will.
No, I don't want you to do anything.
So what's up with Jules?
He just sent me some art that he made, and I said I like it.
Senora, she's a sensation. She is part of the nation. My next thing is that I want to move to Mexico City. Be part of the narcotráfico. Just kidding. I don't want to be part of it. I want to run it. Jeremy, somos amiguitos en dos maneras. Amigo, hermano y aguacate.
Is that watermelon?
No, it's
Cantaloupe?
avocado. She called me. She flew her in.
Hey there.
Hola madre, ¿qué pasa?
I was just checking in on you.
Sí, estamos en camino aquí en Brookline.
Okay.
Yep, that's about it.
You're in Brookline?
Sí.
Great.
We're in traffic.
What? Is no traffic?
No, yes, traffic.
Oh, traffic. Yeah,
Narcotráfico.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm passing by Wigman.
Wegmans?
Yep.
We're passing by Wegmans.
You are?
Yeah. What car are you in?
I'm in the red car.
Why are you
Oh my gosh,
passing
I see-
Wegmans?
Are you behind the ambulance?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
in the back of the ambulance.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
we
we're
see
right
you.
in front of the ambulance.
Well, actually, there's a red car to the right. It just turned off.
No, we see you.
I see you.
Oh, I see it. That's funny.
Senora, she's a sensation. She is part of the nation.
Okay. Well, that's really fun. What a
Speed up, Mom. Speed up, speed up.
I'm eating Brussels sprouts.
A mí no me importa lo que estás comiendo. Lo que
I
me
am so sorry.
importa.
Spanish only went through high school. Something about road. Camino. Oh, there you are. Uh-oh, I might be blocking the intersection. There you are.
Madres!
Hi.
She's eating Brussels.
Where is she going?
To you.
I'm going to meet you. I'm
Oh.
not spending the whole, just gonna check in at the end or, the last few minutes of your appointment.
Entonces, ¿por qué estás aquí ahora mismo? ¿Por qué no has venido antes o luego?
Luna, why are you speaking on
I'm
Spanish today?
sorry. I'll speak English. It's bad.
Because you're Naruto?
It's fun.
Yeah, it's Narcos. It's Narcos. Mom, Jeremy looks real cute today.
Oh, I got purple on my pants.
Okay, that's the effect.
No, I don't think it does. I think it takes away.
What'd you say, Mom?
Did you guys get any food yet today?
Jeremy, have you eaten?
No.
Jeremy hasn't eaten. I had a half of an avocado.
Okay. I'm just eating some.
Do you want this Hello Kitty tennis racket?
No, I don't play tennis. Thank you, though. Okay, Mom, we're going. Bye. Love you. Rosie O Music just called me.
Oh, that's nice.
Pero no le contesté. Jeremy, I have a new obsession
Tell me what
with
it
a
is.
man. With a man.
New man?
Yeah, but he's real, but he's a celebrity.
Oh.
It was like, do you remember when I became obsessed with the main guy in the Peaky Blinders?
Mm-hmm.
Cillian Murphy is his name. He's Irish. Anyway, this guy is the main guy in Narcos, Mexico. And, oh my gosh, Jeremy, he is so handsome. Like, I cannot handle it. It is just crazy to me. Like, I'm so attracted to him in every way, shape, and form. And normally, I think it's like the part that they're playing that I become attracted to. And that, like, in reality, they're not, like, that good looking. Like, that was the case with Cillian Murphy. Like, Cillian Murphy arguably is, like, weird looking. But, like, the part he was playing is such a strong, like, mob boss that I was, like, you know, into it. But with this guy, Diego Luna, have you ever heard of the movie Y Tu Mamá También?
No.
Okay. Well, if you're curious, it's actually a really good movie. I feel like you'll never watch it. But it's on Netflix. And it's in Spanish. It's a Mexican movie. It's about these two boys who are like 17 and they go on this road trip with a woman who's like 28, 29, and it's a coming of age movie. So they like learn a lot about themselves and about each other and about sex and about her and about everything. He's in this movie when he was like probably 20 years old. He filmed it. And the other guy, it's him and this other guy, is Gael Garcia Bernal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember him?
Yeah,
Who's in Mozart in the Jungle?
of course.
Who I love as well. And so they're like still best friends and they're so cute. They're both like very short, skinny Mexican men. And I just love them. I just think they're so cute. Do you want to Google what he looks like? Or do you not really care? Like George then? Are you ever going to watch that movie or
Oh, maybe.
This is him.
Oh, wow.
Isn't he so cute?
Mm-hmm.
He's just so freaking cute. Do you know what Y Tu Mamá También means?
And your mom, too. It reminds me of, that movie,
Which movie?
Dazed and Confused.
Oh, yeah. Definitely made around the same time.
It reminds me a lot of that.
But it's cute. Would you like me to do a case? One that I got at Sears.
I really like this.
Yeah, don't you like that? I put that in there.
It's very nice.
Me gusta, ¿no?
Gusta.
Me gusta marijuana, me gustas tú. Anyway, do you think Diego Luna will ever notice me? notice me, Horton, without butthole.
Send him a fan letter or something. Or just a letter. Where does he live?
I think he probably either lives in Los Angeles or in Mexico City. Probably Mexico City.
You could go to Mexico City.
I know. Make a movie.
You could film it.
The thing is, like, he's 40 years old, like, he's divorced, he has 2 kids. What do you think he would really even want?
Sex.
Really? You think he would want that?
Why not?
Let's do it. Hola!
Hey.
I'm with Jeremy.
Oh, cool.
What's going
What are y'all
on?
up to?
We are driving into Brookline. Should I turn here? Did I miss it?
You missed it, but I'll navigate.
We are on our way to Brookline, and just chilling.
Cool. Are you around for a little while or are you heading back to New York?
I'm so sorry, everyone. I am heading back to New York probably tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Cool.
Fucking A.
Did you have a good New Year's?
Yeah, it was nice. It was very chill. How about you?
Yeah, did you go to Lydia's thing?
Yeah, I like last minute was like, okay, I guess I'll just go.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was nice.
Cool. Yeah, I went to Tommy Megan.
Use the right lane to turn slightly left onto Washington Street, then slight right onto Harvard Street.
Play music and I perform. I did 2 songs.
Slight right onto Harvard Street.
And then I left and came home and at midnight and just chilled with Abba and we did these purification rituals together with Lonnie.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
Um,
What are you
so it
doing
was
today?
I'm kind of just hanging around. My friend Brian's about to come over, but other people just kind of I'm on vacation.
Yeah. Okay, well, let me call you in the afternoon and maybe we can find a time to meet
Yeah,
up.
if you're around, I'm totally flexible, so just, let me know.
Okay, cool. Love ya.
Awesome. Love you too.
Bye. Oops, he was about to say something else.
Continue on Harvard Street for 3/4 of a mile.
Good job finding Coolidge Corner.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this area really well because remember I used to work at Lamora, which is right there. So I'm pretty adept, and I babysat for years on this street right here. Freelance is really close to here. Jeremy?
Yeah.
I have to tell you something.
You don't have to tell me.
Amiguitos en 3 maneras. 1. Amigo. 2. Hermano. Y 3. Aguacate. Friend, brother. Avocado.
True.
That's what I'm saying.
My friend in 19 ways.
Eres mi amiguito en 19 maneras. Amigo, hermano, aguacate. I'd like to know how to say advocate in Spanish.
Cool.
Jump in the line, take your body on time. Okay.
Abogado.
Abogado is.
Abogado.
That works for me.
Abogado.
That's what it says for advocate.
That's what it says for advocate.
Interesting. I guess a lawyer is an advocate.
Yeah.
But if I say that, then it sounds like I'm saying you're my friend in 3 ways: friend, brother, lawyer.
I like that.
Do you?
You're my lawyer.
My lawyer is a sensation. He takes all of my butt stench.
He takes off my butt stench.
Jeremy, ¿qué hago aquí? A la izquierda. Recto. Jeremy, should I go straight or take a left here?
I want that woman's bag.
Yeah, she has a cool bag. Psychedelic
Take a
donuts.
left.
Psychedelic donuts. I can't take a left here. So
Well-
it's either straight or straight.
So go straight.
Or to the right.
Don't go to the right.
It's already 12:15.
What time is that? Am I supposed to be there?
I'm kidding, Jeremy.
12?
11:45. Got 15 minutes. Just spur. You know to eat my mouth. What did I say about the butt stench?
I don't know.
Oh man. I'm lolling right now like this. Ha! I want to go to that bookstore and find the Wild. By Wild.
Okay.
Is that permissible? By law? Is this a parking spot?
I don't know.
¿Embarcamos aquí? Okay. Oh, up here.
Can you drive me a little bit closer?
Is this not close?
No, it's over there. You have to go to the Coolidge Corner Theater parking lot.
No. You just go through the CVS and then you're there. You have 15 minutes.
What are you gonna do?
Go to the bookstore.
Okay.
What's your children? Wait, Jeremy, espera. Espérame, porfa.
Abogado.
Hi, Mom. Do you want to go to the Brookline bookstore with me for a minute?
The bookstore?
Yeah, the Brookline Booksmith.
Yeah, but where are you? Oh,
I'm in front of the Brookline Booksmith.
okay. Well, I'm not parked yet.
Oh,
Where did you go that you got so fast?
I took a shortcut.
She's very skilled.
Yeah, you have to let me know because I'm still parking. I can come over there. Yeah, sure.
I mean, I just was thinking, because aren't you going to go in like a half an hour?
Well, I don't know whether he wants me to come in first or second. So I probably do need to go
Second.
up there. to
Second.
start with.
Second.
What?
Second.
Second.
How do you know that?
Because I just said it.
Because Jeremy just said that.
Can you give this to her?
That's what Jake said. Okay, that's great.
I got you
Okay.
something you want.
Um,
Okay, so I'll see you in the Brookline Booksmith in 15 minutes.
yeah, Jeremy, where are you now?
I'm like a 5-minute walk away
He's the
From-
other side of the CVS.
from the building.
Okay.
You don't have to come to the Brookline Booksmith. I'll just get my book and go.
Okay.
She doesn't like to be
I
alone.
can find out a parking spot.
All right, just
Where
call
are you
me.
parked? Where are you parked?
I'm parked on the street. You look so cute right now. Is it a podium?
Yeah.
You trash bag, you.
I belong in this trash bag.
Let's unpack that. I'll let you unpack that in therapy. Jeremy, I got you something you want.
Oh, I have. Do that to Mom.
Wait, what are you doing?
Putting everything in the trash bag.
I love a good couch. I have a good couch.
Nice. Want to trade?
No. This is a trash bag. Yeah, that's where you're going. You're there.
I don't want to jaywalk.
Okay, come. it's a law-abiding citizen.
I'm just afraid. That's the truth.
What do you want to talk about a little bit?
Therapy.
Jeremy, I got you something you want. It's a funny joke. Bye. Wait, Jeremy, I might not see you. You're going to New York tomorrow.
Bye. Have a good time. Love you too.
See you soon.
Hey, doggy. Hi.
I like your sweater.
Why are you making your face when you say Juliana?
Hi. I was just checking to make sure I knew where the office was. And then I'm gonna come back and say hi to you. Okay? Oh. I think it's in paperback. You should ask. I'll be over. What? How you doing today?
So you're gonna come the second half, right?
Yeah, if that's good for you.
That's better. Yeah.
That's good. How you doing today? Meh?
Yep.
Right. I'll be back.
Shakers.
What is it? Just bus back.
That's better.
Alright, see you in a few.
Love you.
Are you nervous?
I'm nervous most of the time.
But no different now.
No different now.
Gotcha.
Thanks.
It's been a while since we've met. I know you've been to Hawaii and back and some other things. Mostly today, I just want to find out how you're doing and maybe think about next steps. What do you think would be best for you? But are there other things we'll make sure we get to today?
Yeah. Just a new thing where I feel the need to just repeat my name over and over again.
Yeah. So let's maybe we'll start there. But even before I get there, let me just catch up on some real
Sure.
basics.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in contact with your mom by email, and she said you'd been wanting a little bit of space, and you're staying at, I don't know, is it like an Airbnb or
Yes,
something?
yeah.
Is that arrangement working out okay?
Yeah, it is. It's pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah. What town is it in?
Wayland.
Okay. And do you have a car with you? Or are you able to?
No car, but it's been fine. I've been doing like a short outing with family every morning, and then spending the rest of the day to myself,
Yeah.
which has been working out well.
Right. So in terms of, you know, needing some space and some quiet, it's meeting those needs.
Yeah.
So tell me, you said you noticing a new symptom that we haven't seen before, which is repeating your name.
Yeah.
So are you saying your name out loud?
In my head, out loud, writing it down. Mostly those things
Yeah. And
when I'm by myself.
and is this something new, or is this something old that's come back?
It's new.
Yeah. And yeah, it's not and you have a particular way you need to say it, or?
Just sort of neutrally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's your? Is it seems sort of spontaneous, or does it seem to be in reaction to some unpleasant emotions, or what do you think you do it?
I do it more in reaction to unpleasant emotions and thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just sort of a consistent thing.
And is it effective in that you have an unpleasant emotion or thought, and you say it a few times, and does it quiet things down?
Yeah, it is effective. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it causes other problems. We wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah.
Do you have the ability to not do it? Like if you were in a place where it would seem odd, you were at CVS buying something, could you suppress it, or is it seem like something you just have to do?
It kind of seems sort of like I have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like uncontrollable. Like if I'm at CVS and I don't want to be saying my name out loud, I suppress it. Yeah.
Okay, so you can temp, and if you feel the need to do it here in session, please do so, or you know, give me a chance to observe what's going on for you. And do you have any? Does it seem like it's just a new manifestation of the OCD that we've been talking about?
It seems kind of OCD-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just the repetition.
Yeah.
The sort of neutralizing negative emotions.
Yeah. Because you're not specifically saying anything that has anything to do with the disturbing content. Just assuming it does serve a function, what is it? What do you think it does? Does it just serve to kind of break that train of thought, or does it make you? Is it a way of kind of saying whatever terrible thought you're having isn't real? What function do you think it serves?
I think it breaks the train of thought.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me more self-aware. Kind of brings me out of it a little bit.
Yeah. And Jeremy, you know, on the surface, all it is, it's just a more observable manifestation of the things we've been talking about. But is this troubling to you in the sense that people outside your family might think it was odd, or that maybe this is a sign things are getting worse? What's most troubling about this?
Probably that people would think it was odd. And that I feel the need to say it pretty much consistently in order to sort of feel okay.
So it's not an every once in a while thing. It seems to be continuous during your waking
Pretty much
hours.
continuous.
Yeah, and that's got to be pretty exhausting. And does it keep you from minimally doing other things that have some meaning to you, like your art and music and things like that?
I think it's helping me work on the art.
Okay, so it's in a way it's a good coping skill in that it does what it's supposed to do. It creates other problems. But I mean, you seem kind of put together and clear thinking today. But do you think it's a sign that things are getting worse, or do you think it's just a new way that this is cropping up?
It's a new thing. I don't feel like things are getting worse. I feel like having my own place is really good.
Yeah. So Jeremy, the things that some that especially, I mean, I appreciate that. You know, you don't want to be doing this, and it's something new and disturbing, but it's not like a whole new thing. So, what would be more concerning to me is if the thoughts themselves have changed. You know, the things we've talked about over these months have been this stuff of real world things that have actually on rare occasions happened to you. You know, like person is better than me, or that person's going to mock me. It's been sort of a consistent theme or some variation on that.
Yeah.
But have the thoughts themselves, and on occasion, I know there are much more distressing thoughts about harm that you yourself might cause to others, things that I know you have no intention or even capability of doing, but they're disturbing. But have a friend or a stranger?
They seem pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
Like thinking that my art is going to be really not going to compare well to somebody else's, causes distress, something like that. And then there are also the other thoughts of harm coming to somebody else or myself because of something I did.
But something unrelated to, in other words, some people, this often comes up like, you know, I'll leave this pen on the floor, and then I would go home, and I would worry that, I'd have an unreasonable worry that the person who comes in the office after me would trip on it and hit their head. It's not impossible, but it's a highly unreasonable worry. But there's a connection between the pen and the person hurting themselves. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
Sometimes people have completely unrelated worries, like if I don't pull this tissue out in a particular way, then a loved one's going to get harmed, and there's no real connection between the two things. Do you follow the difference?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what kind of thing it is for you.
Talking about like my most disturbing thoughts. It's hard to describe. It's like harm coming to children.
Yeah, because of your act, something you might do to harm children?
No.
But in any case, somehow you would be responsible for harm coming to children. And are these specific children you're thinking of, or just some unknown child who's out there somewhere?
Just unknown.
Yeah. And I know that has to be among the most disturbing thoughts anyone could have, that an innocent child would be heard. And you've always been really candid about your reality testing, which I appreciate. And when I've asked you like how strongly you believe that this person passing you on the street is going to mock you, it's never like 0%. I say, well, I believe it.
Yeah.
Not 50%, but still a fair amount. How strong are these thoughts in terms of your conviction that maybe you actually are going to be the cause of some harm to some children?
At its worst, the thoughts maybe like 5%, which is a lot.
Yeah.
But here in this office, I could say it's basically nothing. Like one in 100 million.
So verging on impossible.
Yeah.
So it's good to hear your reality testing is still good, and other things that would be concerning is if you start to believe in having sort of special powers or things that most people don't have, like people can read your mind, or somehow you can direct other people's actions through your thoughts, things like that. Has your thoughts kind of slipped into that direction?
Sometimes it's like if I stop repeating my name,
Mm-hmm.
things will just start going in the wrong direction, and the path that I need to stay on, so to speak, is just doing that.
So let me follow you. So you might be, for
Stupid as
instance,
that sounds.
I mean, I always tell people if people were able to exercise pure logic, I'd be out of business. And I see you can even laugh at yourself a little bit, which is always a good sign, have a little humor. But you might, for instance, be, I did take a look at your art, by the way. That was really cool to see. And I'd like to think that was another way of sort of imagining what your inner world is like. It's sort of a bit chaotic, jumbled, but interesting. So you might, for instance, be working on your art. And when you're typically working on your art, is it digital, or do you have medium that you work with?
I have like paints and markers.
Yeah, so you might be working with your paints and markers, and you would feel the need to, especially if you were by yourself, you would probably feel uninhibited and just say your name out loud.
Yeah.
Jeremy Katz.
Yeah.
And you say, and the fear would be, if I didn't do that, I'm not going to stay on the path. Does that mean the path to keeping working on your art, or the path in a much broader sense, like the path to getting better?
Path to getting better, path to success.
So more global kinds
Yeah.
of things.
Yeah, or just things will go wrong if I stop.
Yeah. So if you keep doing it, keep saying your name, you'll stay on a recovery path, things will be okay. But if you don't say your name, what are some of the bad things that would happen?
Well, I don't even know if this is worth mentioning, but when I was alone, I sort of stopped saying it. I kind of forgot about it.
Uh-huh.
I started getting a bloody nose, and it kind of was like it was pure coincidence.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way to say that there's a connection between those things, but I believed it when I was in that moment.
In the moment, it seemed okay. This is proof. I've stopped. So you're saying also that when you're by yourself and with your art, you're less likely to feel the need to say your name over and over again.
Yeah, kind of. I kind of feel the need to say it most of the day.
Yeah. And what's that like for you? Is it what's the word I'm looking for? Does it feel good to know you have this tool that, although problematic, at least works? or is it overwhelming and exhausting? You have to do this like all your waking hours.
It's overwhelming and exhausting. Well, it's exhausting,
Yeah.
but it's nice to have something that's like very consistent and simple and straightforward in the midst of just everything complicated chaos that's going on in my life.
Yeah. So it's sort of almost like a mantra in that.
Yeah.
It's sort of this one thing fits all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jeremy, in a little bit we'll ask your mom to come in. Just to understand a little bit, so you went to Hawaii. Was any part of that helpful in terms of getting away, or was it like even worse being there?
I sort of got the idea of, well, it started out as pretty negative because I didn't bring my meds and I just sort of felt bad. My sleep patterns were off. I wasn't eating very well, and I just sort of felt kind of bad in these hotels in Honolulu.
Yeah.
But I slowly got better. I started hanging out on like a beach. I'm not sure where I'm going with this.
Well, the only thing I know is that Juliana came out and spent some time with you when you came home. So, I guess to clarify my question, did you come home because you weren't doing well out there, or did you come home because Juliana persuaded you that it was the best thing to do?
It felt like Juliana persuaded me, and it sort of seemed like it wasn't sustainable. Like I had only a couple changes of clothes, limited supply of money.
So you realized you weren't moving there. You're not easily moving there. That you'd have to come back eventually.
That was an option that we talked about.
With Juliana.
Yeah.
That.
Staying there.
Yeah. So it was hopefully your free choice. I haven't been spending much time in Honolulu. The weather's nice there.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Certainly. So why did you decide to say, given that it sounds like you sort of had your family's blessing, if that's what you felt you needed to stay out there, why did you come home?
Because the only real way that we saw me staying in Honolulu
Mm-hmm.
was going to this program,
Pacific Quest.
Pacific Quest.
Yeah.
And I really didn't want to do that.
Yeah, the little bit I know about it probably something that would appeal to you in better times, maybe. It sounds like summer camp for adults or something.
Yeah.
But would involve being around a lot of people.
Yeah. I've just tried stuff like that so many times and just sort of ran away, or just it didn't pan out. So I didn't want to do that again.
So anyway, I am glad that you're back. I agree. Sooner or later, you would probably come back, and it's better that Juliana's with you. So when your mom comes in, I'll ask her what she wants to talk about. But I imagine one thing is, is this? Do you want to just continue what you're doing now until your next move becomes clear, or do you feel like you want to start coming up with a plan now? What are your thoughts?
I'm really not sure.
So is your frame of mind more, this is what I'm doing today, or this is what I'm doing this week, and figure the rest out yet?
Yeah. I'm working on my musical project,
Mm-hmm.
and want to work more on that this week.
Yeah. And to the extent that being here is sort of a safe place to talk about things, I remember in our last session in person, just before you left for Hawaii, you said actually what would be most helpful in terms of your parents is to not talk about treatment, but just to have life as normal as possible, cooking meals and stuff. Is there any advice you would give your mom and your dad right now in terms of, you know, what would be most helpful for you?
I think giving me space, having that morning outing, so just to get me out of bed.
Yeah.
We've been going to like Savers and Goodwill, getting clothes.
Yeah. So what, your mom's been picking you up? And,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, is that sustainable? I know she probably is starting teaching again today or something. Is that?
I guess not. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could ask, I don't know, does your mom teach full time?
Yeah.
Yeah, and is Juliana back in New York?
Yeah. She's going back to New York soon. Yeah.
So that might be something to talk about, given that you're finding that kind of routine helpful, what to do about it. And I'm inferring also the idea of it's premature to talk about working your way back to McLean or some other type program that you know, that's not, maybe you put it in your own words. I don't want to put words in your mouth that's not on your mind at the moment.
Yeah.
It's more just kind of keeping things steady.
Yeah. If that, when it comes to that point,
Mm-hmm.
like Pacific Quest, Hawaii, the warm weather does sound actually pretty great.
Oh, okay.
But I'm
So
not ready for that
so
right
your
now.
your next, if there was a next step, it might be something like Pacific Quest.
Yeah, I can't really say right now.
Yeah, and there's no reason you need to. So in a moment, I'll ask your mom to come in again. I had no specific agenda other than I know she wanted to be part of the session today. How are you feeling about having her come in? Do you predict it's going to be things are, you know, we're all, what am I trying to say? You know, we're all going to come to some agreement about what's best for you in the short term, and if you're predicting some conflict, that there's going to be a difference of opinion.
I don't think there's going to be conflict,
Mm-hmm.
but she sort of is a very, very worried person, very worried about me. So my prediction, I could be wrong, is that she's going to sort of start just speaking about her worries and about me in kind of a roundabout way,
Uh-huh.
and not make any particular clear points, or she's going to like sort of circle around her points, kind of.
And is it more helpful for her just get to the point? You know, say,
Yeah.
I'm worried that Jeremy's going to stop eating and waste away, or whatever it is her concern might be.
Yeah, it would be.
Is it alright if I tell her that? That you know, you don't mind, you can take it, but you know, just to kind of hear what her concerns are.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. Well, I always believe that just a little clarity is better than, as you say, kind of circling around things.
Yeah.
All right.
But she does obviously have my best interests in mind.
Yeah. Nonetheless, it'd be nice to know specifically what her concerns are and give you a chance to say whether, yeah, you in fact have the same concern, or if that's not something she actually needs to worry about.
Yeah, and maybe she won't do the circle around kind of vague thing. Maybe she'll be more clear. I'm not sure.
That's you know, one of the advantages of meeting in this setting as opposed to two of you talking. So I can try to help you and her kind of get to the point. All right. So great. I'm guessing that she's out there. That's very good.
Hey, I don't know where,
Why
who's
don't you
sitting
have
where?
a seat in the big chair there so I can sort of eye contact
Hey.
with you. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, this is your first time seeing
Well, I
Tori
saw him
today?
earlier,
Yeah,
for briefly.
yeah.
We just checked in to see when I should
We saw in
arrive.
the car, me and Juliana were driving here, and she happened to just be on the road like
At the same
40
time.
feet away from us at the same time in her car.
Yeah.
So we were talking back and forth.
Even though it's halfway through the session, I always set an agenda.
Yeah.
Maybe but I wanted to make sure your issues or concerns got addressed today also. So,
Okay.
what would you like to get out of this half of the meeting?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm mostly here to support Jeremy.
Uh-huh.
And he and I have talked a couple of times the last few days. I think I've seen what seems to be just his pain, or I'm not sure what, kind of escalate over the last couple of weeks. Some of those weeks I haven't seen Jeremy, but I kind of want to get a better feel for how I can be, if I can be helpful. And if there's a way that, well, I know there's a way to help him feel better.
Right, I think everyone's sort of on the same wavelength. One thing Jeremy did say is, and I sort of agree with him, it's helpful to get to the point. If you have a concern, you don't have to sort of soft pedal it. Just
Okay.
say, Jeremy, I'm concerned that you're going to stop eating unless somebody brings you food every day, or
Right.
whatever it is it might be.
Well, I do have some concern
Yeah.
for your safety sometimes. Now you are living, I don't know if you told Dan, but he's living in an Airbnb.
Yeah.
So, there's sometimes I am, I have my concerns about your isolation, and, you tell me that that's what you want and makes you feel better. But from my perspective, I worry about your safety sometimes, whether you're taking, we did that thing with your meds and got that figured out. And you're telling me that the isolation makes you feel better. But I am worried about your eating enough and just your health and your mental health too.
All right, great. I appreciate your candor, and I'd say I would expect everyone to at least have those concerns, and maybe we could talk about them. So, what Jeremy's told me is, there's his thing, I'll call OCD, because there isn't a better word for it, is sort of taking a new form, primarily this saying his name out loud. And it's kind of a mixed message, so to speak. I mean, so Jeremy has this one concise tool that is effective in the sense that if he's having especially troubling thoughts, it is helpful, but it is exhausting sometimes just to have to engage in this all the time. And Jeremy will step in if I misrepresent what you're saying. The saying your name over and over again, it tends to happen in reaction to disturbing thoughts. Sometimes about bad things happening to him, sometimes about bad things happening to others. But isn't when you're just cruising along doing your art, not having disturbing thoughts, you tend not to say your name out loud.
I would say it's pretty consistent no matter what.
No, okay, thanks for correcting me.
Yeah.
So maybe it kind of prevents some bad things. And at least in my office today, Jeremy's reality testing is good. He doesn't believe there's some magical power for saying his name or other things. There are times though when that conviction is a little bit less strong than it is. But the nature of your thoughts, Jeremy, hasn't changed dramatically. Things that I would be concerned about, special powers, or things that are things not of this world. So
Mhm.
I mean, as Jeremy has expressed his concerns are about people getting hurt, people mocking him, things that
Mhm.
are within the realm of possibility, even if they're unlikely. And it seems that, Jeremy, your thoughts have stayed in that universe. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And why this new manifestation of this
Mhm.
is, I don't think either of us
Mhm.
have a good explanation for. And Jeremy did say that, in fact, staying his current situation of staying at the Airbnb is
Mhm.
mostly giving him what he wants, a
Mhm.
little, what words would you use, Jeremy? Peace and quiet, and
Yeah.
uh,
Space. Yeah.
space. That's the word you tend to use. And beyond that, no real plan. Not that he needs to have one.
Mhm.
It's not sort of next week I'm going to go out and look for a job, or next week I'm going
Mhm.
to return to McLean. It's just sort of
Mhm.
kind of taking one day at a time. Would you say that's a fair description?
Yeah.
And Jeremy also said what has been very helpful are the daily outings.
Mm. Oh, good.
And
Yeah. In the morning. Yeah.
yeah, and I know you probably, as of today, are back teaching, so
Yeah,
maybe
but you
that's-
know what? I mean, I think we're gonna figure this out a little bit at a time,
Yeah.
and I am committed to, I don't think that if outings, sounds like Mary Poppins, but outings, having someone come and do something with you every day, I think that's important to do for a while, if that's part of, your being in another place, and that will kind of help. I'm committed to finding a way to do that.
Yeah, and we can do that. I'm completely open to hiring some kind of mental health coach
Mm-hmm.
to
To do that with
to do
you?
some sort of
Wow, okay.
So although it's preferable to have your mom, it doesn't have to be your mom.
no.
Just some sympathetic person who's going to make sure you get out of bed and do things. The things you mentioned are sort of what I would call tasks of everyday life, going grocery shopping and buying clothes and stuff. Are there other kinds of things that these morning outings could be? Is it
Walking to get food. Could be anything that gets outside. It doesn't really matter. Walking somewhere.
I think when you were in Hawaii, you actually discovered some soothing activities, and you decided, going to Goodwill is suddenly something that's kind of soothing. Or I don't know if it's something that you newly discovered is something that's you like to do. There may be some other things that you discover you like to do that you haven't
Yeah.
done yet.
I don't think it matters that much as long as I just get outside and I'm with somebody.
So it doesn't have to necessarily be a productive activity like I'm going to buy clothes today. It could be just getting out for the sake of getting out.
Yeah, there's a small lake or something.
Mm-hmm. Right near you.
Maybe it's just walking to the lake and back.
Okay, so there's probably a long list of things, assuming the weather stays okay, even if there's indoor things also. Let me switch gears and talk about your concerns,
Mhm.
Laura. When you say safety, and again, I'll just be blunt with my language, are you worried about Jeremy taking his life, or just not caring for himself?
Mostly, I worry about him not taking care of himself. And I think sometimes when, again, to be blunt, when you're repeating your name,
Mm-hmm.
playing the music that you've been sort of doing, when I leave you and you're feeling that way, it seems new and different behavior, and it seems like I don't know where that's going to lead. And it's primarily because I don't understand it, and it makes me wonder, are you safe? And you and I have also talked about, you know, again, to be blunt, I hope you don't mind my saying this. The other day we talked about how when we were going to the Airbnb, you said you felt really hopeless. Do you remember that? Like you didn't see how this was going to get better.
When we
When we were driving to the Airbnb a few days ago, we hadn't gotten there yet, and you were just saying, I don't really know what to imagine could make this better.
yeah, I guess I did say that.
And I did ask, do you feel like you're going to take your own life? And you said, no. But
I'm
you
not.
did say, and I believed you, but I said, do you feel like you have an idea about it? We sort of went through the whole thing. And you said, yeah, but I just, at this point, my main thing on that day, you said, is I just can't see how life is really worth it. You know?
Yeah,
Right?
that's how I was feeling, and I said that to you.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel good about living in this Airbnb, going on the morning outings with whoever, having the space to myself, and further than that lasts till next Friday.
Is that the term of your rental next Friday?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you could see, you know, continuing on as you are now, at least for another 10 days or whatever that works out to. Jeremy, I also believe you that you don't have intention or plan to take your life. But if that were to start to change, like how would you know you were sort of getting into the danger zone?
Making sort of an active plan. Like making active steps to like find a making active steps.
And if that were to happen, do you think you would, you know, it would just have momentum on its own, or would you have the ability to call your mom or call me or do something about it?
I would have the ability to call somebody and talk about it.
Yeah. And who, if your thoughts started getting scary like that, well, I'm kind of slipping from hopelessness into an actual plan, who would get that first phone call?
I would try to call you. Then maybe Juliana. Then maybe maybe you.
Okay, but the first call would go to your mom.
Yeah.
Laura, you
I
have your
always
phone?
have my phone. I can always get a text. It's on with me constantly.
And Laura, I know Jeremy is more than Jeremy has family, which is great. And part of this is just you're feeling confident that he's going to be safe. And I remember, Jeremy, when you were in Hawaii, you weren't privileged to a conversation that suggested that, you know, getting a text once a day would probably be helpful, just so they knew you were okay before Juliana got out there. Laura, what would you, you know, what kind of contact, or in what way could Jeremy continually reassure you that he's okay? What would you want from him?
Yeah. Well, it was super helpful when I got an okay from you. But I think now that I know a little bit about your situation, if we're not checking in with you on a daily basis, like if for some reason I couldn't see you that day, I think actually hearing your voice once would be good.
Mm-hmm.
That helps me. If that, and I know you don't always want to talk to me on the phone, but I think that would be helpful if I haven't actually
Yeah.
seen you in person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
contact once a day, yeah.
Yeah, and Jeremy, if you're not doing great, are you, are you inclined to not answer the phone? Or?
Yeah, if I'm not doing great, I'm inclined to not answer the phone. That's why I think that some type of coach or somebody else who has free time
Mm-hmm.
to come and see me.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jeremy, if nothing else, just for your mom's benefit, kind of hearing your voice once a day is going to be a great relief of burden, and the fact that you might not be inclined to answer the phone when she calls. Do you have a suggestion about what to do about that?
If he doesn't answer the phone,
Right. I mean, so if you
Yeah.
call like at 7 o'clock in the evening,
Right.
Jeremy, you're not doing well, you don't pick up. You're having to sit there
right,
with your worry.
right.
What
Well,
to do
maybe
about
what
that?
would be good is, sometimes Dad will text me and he'll say, I can't talk right now. Now's not a good time. If you could then say, I could call you in an hour, or, let me call you back in a couple hours. Do you think that, because I know your anxiety goes up and down. It's
Yeah.
not a constant thing, and there's some moments
Yeah.
that are good and not so good.
And Jeremy, I want to ask something that you don't honestly feel you can follow through on. Would you be able to at least text back, I'm okay, I'll talk to you later, or something? to that
Yeah,
effect?
texting is usually something that I can manage.
Yeah, and Laura, you said hearing Jeremy's voice is preferable, but will texting relieve any
I
of
think
your-
texting will be good. I'd prefer a voice, but I will take a text. And let me just add quickly too, is that in the past you've gone away to places to sort of escape, so to speak, and get that quiet that you crave. We sort of came up with this Airbnb idea, and with the idea that we could check in on you. And I know that might actually not be what you want, but I really appreciate, and I think it's really good from my perspective, that you're allowing that to happen.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's sort of an interim, different than being away.
I'm sorry, my mind was wandering there.
Right. So you need,
It's all good.
yeah, if you need some, do you want to take a break from things for a couple minutes?
Yeah, maybe like a couple minutes.
Do you want to walk up and down the hallway, or what would be good for you right now?
Yeah, maybe just a walk up and down the hallway.
Yeah, why don't you take and I'll continue to talk to your mom and come back whenever you're
There
ready.
is a bathroom down the hall, somewhere. You know where that is. See you in a minute.
I appreciate that Jeremy did let us know he's having a tough time.
Yeah.
So, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not just working with Jeremy, I'm working with his family to
Yeah.
some extent. And I know you and Joel try to present a positive and
Mhm.
supportive message, but this is, I'm sure, a big strain on
Yes,
the family.
it is.
Is everyone holding up okay? Or,
Yeah. We're very worried about him.
yeah,
Because he doesn't see himself.
yeah,
So hard to know exactly what this is about, whether it's just he's finally kind of let it all go and is just expressing everything that was already there, and or whether there's something new here. We just don't know, but he's also taking much more Ativan than he was. I don't know if
Yeah.
I told you that, but
yeah, and he's just taking
raise
it
the
up
payment.
to the amount prescribed. So
Yep.
I'm not.
no, I'm not worried about
Yeah.
that, but it's just sort of indicative of what seems like a lot of pain that he's in.
Yeah.
Just seems like that's his driving force, is like, I just need to feel better. I can't even think about what I need to do. I just need to feel better,
Yeah, and I think that's a good description of where
Yeah.
he's at. From my, I think I maybe caught him at a good hour, but his situation hasn't dramatically changed. He looked okay. He
Mhm.
talked I mean, I know what to expect.
Right,
You know, he talked coherently.
right,
The nature of his fears has remained stable. It's not
Mhm.
like he's now thinking the world's going to, you know, explode tomorrow,
Right,
or is
right.
something kind of new and different. What is new and different is some of these now more of a physical manifestation
right,
of his behaviors, but it's not dramatically different. And again, it might be the advent. I've certainly seen him more despairing
Yeah.
in previous sessions than he has today.
yeah.
So in terms of addressing your concerns, we got to safety. What about some of these other things that he's just not going to take care of himself?
Yeah.
He's not going to eat unless food's put in front of him.
Right.
What
Yeah.
specifically are you worried about?
Well, I think, you know, it's just not really clear. You know, he got really angry with his brother the other day. Joel and I went on a walk with him yesterday, and I said something to him about, you know, if nothing else, you know, I said the typical motherly thing, which was, you know, you really ought to be, exercise is so good, you know, you should get out and get some exercise every day, you could do that, take a walk, whatever. And got really mad, and he like kicked some sticks, and then he went over to something and that was on the walkway and just took it and like pushed it down. It was like a wreath or something. So he's doing like these little odd things like
And this
that.
was uncharacteristic.
Uncharacteristic, angry,
Yeah.
kind of uncharacteristic, irritable
Mm-hmm.
behaviors that I've never heard him say, and it's the stuff we sort of wish he always would say, you know,
Yeah.
because he's always been like not ever, you know, kind of rocking the boat ever. The sort of thing that we wished he would be like angry, or we wished that he would show that he was upset with something. And, you know, other times he's been very upset and he's said to us, leave, just leave, I need you to leave.
Mm-hmm.
He's never done that before. So this sort of more extreme wanting to be by himself, and then that like repeating his name over and over again in a way that's like he's grasping at who he really is. You know? So, hey.
So
Would you like
Jeremy,
to get mine?
the other thing I wanted to cover things are the less sort of critical things, but just sort of the more general things about, you know, what it is your mom said your mother would worry about, that you're eating properly and you know, taking your medications and taking showers and things like that. Is there some reasonable concern that without somebody saying, Jeremy, you need to eat and take a shower and so on, that you would stop doing that?
Well, based on the last 2 days, I actually have been brushing my teeth and taking a shower. I don't really have a good reason to explain that, because when I've been living at home, I haven't been doing that at all.
Now you're doing it.
And now I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because, like, I want to, like, prove that I can live on my own and that things will go well if I am on my own, so I am brushing my teeth and taking a shower. I don't know.
And the other thing you did last night too, which I thought was really very quick, we were talking about what would happen after the Airbnb, so we were exploring the idea of an apartment, you know.
Well, maybe I'll kind of segue into that. It's for me personally, you know, I don't even know what my whole year was going to look like, but I'd like to know what the next few months are going to look
Right.
like. Provides me some comfort. So your leases or whatever
The
term,
Airbnb.
Airbnb's up,
Yeah.
and if we wait until next week at this time, it might be sort of acting on short notice. So what, Jeremy, what did you find? Are there short-term furnished rentals out there, or did you find anything?
I found, I'm not sure if they're furnished or unfurnished or short term, but they're monthly rentals for under $1,000 in this area, some Newton outside of Boston area. I don't know anything further than the price and the location, and that they're 1 bed, 1 bath, sort of private.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know.
Yeah, and I mean, I just got back from Ohio for vacation where things are different, more spread out, and there are these sort of executive suites where you pay by the week
We've
or
been
the
to
month.
Ohio a number of times, yeah.
You know, and I was saying, I wish they had that in Boston, you know, where you just, you know,
It's not so hard to get
they,
to
they,
places.
they provide everything, yeah, finding those kinds of things, and, I mean, that's what I kinda had in mind if it existed, so it may be, a little bit more work, but, yeah, there's kind of, not roommate, but, kind of border situations where, you know, you have your own room and use of the kitchen or something. How much, privacy do you need? Do you, like, when you think about this, you want your own place, or would a border kind of situation?
You mean like a
Just no
roommate kind of
roommate.
situation? No roommate.
So probably, yeah, not a roommate situation, but more like, even anything where involved interacting with other people might be too much for you right now.
As long as it's my own space,
Yeah.
and don't have to share it with anyone, then
Yeah.
that's good.
Okay. So assuming you found something that Jeremy would like that to be sort of you would go from your Airbnb to some sort of, I don't know, you're ready to sign a year lease on an apartment, or maybe you are, but some kind of shorter term thing. And I say, Jeremy, real estate in Boston is horrible in terms of, you know, trying to find things. Are you feeling up to figuring this out, or do you need help from somebody?
Well, I found some potential places. I don't know. It would be helpful for you guys to look at them,
Mm-hmm.
because I
Yeah,
don't
you
really
sent me the
know. I
links.
can't really tell if if they would be good or not. Yeah.
So your mom and your dad, it could be helpful in taking a look at it, figuring out what questions you need to ask, and
Exactly.
and maybe even going and taking a look at it. Laura, you and or Joel up for that?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think it's a good start to sort of have you do a little bit of research and see what's out there and kind of get a feel for what might be a good area. And then, like you said, I think anyone looking for an apartment appreciates having another eye on it.
Yeah.
There's so much to think about.
I mean, you know, just what I wouldn't want you to take on the burden is having to go to IKEA and buy, you know, all this stuff and put it together. It'd be
Right.
nice to have
Right, a
just
furnished
a
thing would
place
be
you
good.
just walked into and was good to go.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't really care if there's like no chairs or tables. Like, really, just if there's a bed, that's fine. A bed in the bathroom.
The chair is nice. And maybe
I don't know.
a desk to do your artwork, some minimal amounts of things.
Yeah.
So Laura, it sounds like we have, you know, general assessment. Jeremy, I can see you smiling and even laughing a little bit this morning, which was good. And I know it's, I think I caught you at a good hour. Maybe it's because you're coming in and it lifted you a little bit. But my level of concern is not appreciably greater than it was before you left for Hawaii. Would you think that's good judgment on my part, Jeremy?
Yeah. I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did ask you that question once, maybe yesterday, where I said, is what you're feeling now any different? Because I see behaviors that are different. Are you feeling different? And you said no.
Yeah. Yeah. I still feel pretty uncertain about it. But honestly, the thing where I repeat my name is lifting me up a little bit. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with
Yeah.
that.
And the other thing on my list was, and maybe you've already done this, is for you to commit to keeping an appointment with Dr. Silverman. Do you have a scheduled appointment?
I'm not sure.
Benji?
Yeah.
Yes, you do. This Friday.
Okay.
I have it written down. I think it's at 11 o'clock, so we'll figure that out.
And Jeremy, how do you? I've never actually met Dr. Silverman in person, but you know, how do you, is going to see him like like getting root canal? Is it painful or is it?
It's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. So let's just talk about Jeremy. Our work together in terms of moving forward. I think there'll serve some function today in terms of just seeing where things are at and coming up with short and medium term plan. Jeremy, would it be helpful to continue to see me on some sort of regular basis?
I think so. Yeah. If you have time for once a week, that would be great. We have other names that we could get
Yeah.
to do that once a week, just to have that.
I mean, of course, I have the time each week. The question you don't need to decide today is, do you want to try to get maybe continue with myself, or kind of go back with Kenny, or get a fresh start with somebody new, maybe. Something to think about.
I kind of like that we already know each other.
Yeah.
The thought of starting with someone totally new is a little bit more anxiety provoking.
So in keeping with the spirit of not getting too many weeks ahead of ourselves, we'll schedule something
That's a
for
good
next
idea.
week
Yeah.
and see where we're at. In the meantime, based on what you're telling me, Jeremy, is I'll touch base with Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
See, I know he had some ideas about some mental health coaches.
Right, so Nathaniel said two things. He actually sent us, you have it too, Jeremy, the names of two people who do in-home therapy. It's not therapy, but OCD
Coaching.
specifically, coaching, whatever. It's kind of like what was done at OCDI, I think, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the holidays, I don't think they've been able to get back yet to us.
Oh, so you've already made
So I've
some
already
contact.
emailed them just to see,
Yeah.
because they were names that came out when you left OCDI. And we were thinking at that point, maybe that might be something you would like to do, or at least explore, see how that felt.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nathaniel also emailed, again, you have this email, I believe, somewhere in all of it.
I'm not sure.
But anyway, he emailed to say that as far as OCD and therapy, he didn't have a long-term ability to work with you, but he could do so possibly on a short-term basis if OCD, particularly, that's his expertise, is something that it would be helpful. So, a couple of people have stepped up to say, if you think this would be helpful, I might be able to step in. So that's a lot to think about.
Yeah. But at least, so Laura, just to kind of finish up with the plan about Jeremy going on an outing every day.
Yes.
And given that these people haven't called you back yet.
Right.
And, what is your ability to, I know you're back at work, to do some sort of outing with Jeremy or other family members or other people who can do this?
Yeah. So this week, tomorrow, Juliana is around. So I'm going to put her in charge tomorrow.
Great.
Friday, you'll see Dr. Silverman, and Dad will be meeting you, I think, just to kind of like come in at the end if necessary.
Okay.
And maybe he could be in charge on Friday. Then we have the
Great.
weekend, we're here. Dan and Juliana are around, and as are we. So Saturday,
that'll be
Sunday,
fine.
good. And then in terms of the week, Monday through Friday, we'll work it out that, if it turns out somebody can step in and you can meet that person, but Dad or I will be around.
Yeah. And if things don't, for whatever reason, don't work out with the people recommended by Nathaniel, just let me know, and I'll, check with some of my colleagues. Maybe there's somebody else who can perform that service if they can.
Yeah,
And
no,
Melissa and Jeff are around.
Well, they are.
I don't know if I would have to talk to them and see
Are
if
those
they're able
friends
to.
or family?
Friends, yeah.
Okay.
Well, Melissa, I know, would do anything, and so would Jeff.
Yeah, so I don't know how that would work. I'd have to talk to them.
Yeah.
Let me wrap up a little bit for today. Jeremy, appreciate your coming in and talking about things you probably just, you're working hard to not think about. Jeremy, what was most helpful about our session today?
Talking about making the plan for each of the outings that we're gonna do over the next few days.
And Laura, how about for you? What was helpful?
Having a plan for the next week that he's seen you and you've had a chance to chat a little bit is reassuring. And I think having that plan about what's going to happen over the next week and just kind of getting reassured a little bit about your safety is helpful to me. Yeah.
Okay, good. Let me just work on scheduling. I see a lot of college students while we were on break, so things are pretty loose. If there's a time that works well, I'll see what I can do to accommodate you.
Okay.
Do you have, assuming like this, let me see what a week from today looks like. You know what, next Thursday is probably going to be a better day than Wednesday. But on that day, it looks like I could do 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever. It's a good time for you, Jeremy. Next
More
part
like
depends on
noon
who-
like you did today?
Yeah, noon's good. Yeah.
Noon?
That's good for me too.
Okay.
I'm going to put that in. January 10th.
Wait,
About given the amount of Ativan and stuff
about
that driving might not be
Yeah.
such a good thing, and he wasn't comfortable driving, but change as time goes on.
Yeah, I just want to write down each of the things that I'm going to be doing. So, tomorrow, what's today? Do we have time for this? Is this session over?
yeah, sure, no, it's fine.
It's fine.
Actually, one of my plans for 2019 is I got a iPad so I can write things out to people and then
Oh, nice.
email it to them. So this would have been a good opportunity to try it out. But,
Yeah, so tomorrow,
It's
Juliana,
Wednesday.
Tomorrow is Thursday.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Juliana's gonna visit you.
Thursday, Juliana. Friday,
Friday is gonna
Benji.
be Benji.
Saturday, mom/dad.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, mom/dad.
Yeah. I can tell you the time on Friday, but for some reason.
Monday, undetermined.
Well, why don't you put me in there for now?
How is that going to work?
Well, I have had really supportive colleagues at school who have said, you need to take an hour or two off. More than an hour or two, it'll be 3 hours, totally fine. Do it. And like I said at the earlier,
Okay.
this is sort of a crucial time, you know?
Okay, Tuesday. Tuesday's kind of undetermined. So possibly
Put Dad in for Wednesday. So just put me in for
Dad
Monday,
can do
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Then Thursday I would come with you again.
You can take.
Yep.
You can take
The
the day
time.
off on.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't need to take the whole day, but part of the day, just like today.
And then Friday I'm moving out.
Oh, good point. Yep. And Dad's actually on Friday going to be in Florida for a couple of days. So if you had to come home for a few days, it would just be you and me.
Okay.
And
Sure.
you know, it would be very quiet. But we'll work that out.
Okay.
Okay?
So the only really undetermined day is that Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Just put me in for Tuesday.
You're gonna miss 3
Yeah,
days of
The
work.
only day that I can't do it is Wednesday. And Dad should be able to do Wednesday. Because it's got a loose schedule on Wednesday. Wednesday I have to, there's the,
Yeah, and Toby, you're gonna check in with your friends also to see.
Yeah, I can check in with Melissa and Jeff and see if they can come
Okay.
in. Yeah.
put 11 o'clock Friday, that's your appointment with Dr. Silverman. 11 o'clock Friday, the 4th. Oh, good.
Okay.
Okay,
We'll see if this works.
it'll work.
I don't know. Maybe it'll fail.
It might. But it will be as my.
There's some other things that
Right.
sound-
Sounds like a pretty good plan to me. All right. Thank you.
for another year in front of you.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Thanks.
They need my wet throat today.
That cool? Leon, give you that paper. I don't know. It's just fun.
I want some food.
Yeah. What do you want?
I'm thinking two things, but I can be persuaded. I was thinking about the ramen place that we went to once before.
Yeah.
Remember? I was also thinking about Panera.
Isn't there Burgers Bagels like right near here?
There might be.
Why don't we just go to the ramen place?
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Let's see how busy it is. There's pizza places around here too. Are you hungry?
Do you know how to get to the ramen place?
Yep, I do. The way to get to it is to go through the little, I think it's here. You know how you go back to the parking lot? You know what I'm talking about? A little alleyway?
Yeah, the alleyway.
The
Yeah.
alleyway.
It's up here. You can't really see it.
This whole store is shut down here. Prime real estate. Oh, thank you, though.
You too.
This way?
What did he say?
The one that's selling candy.
Oh. I didn't understand.
Yeah.